All praise to the Most High. I've really been on for these few weeks. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of thinking and a lot of this and a lot of that, and just at a point where the hypocrisy is rife. Trying to watch some news and all of this and that. Seeing YouTube videos with this Pope and now talking about one religion and banning the Bible and introducing the Antichrist and this and that and this and that. I'm surprised they're not arrested yet. But I suppose the wicked is supporting the wicked, and the wicked destroys themselves. I was looking at some things, for example, a school bus that set alight and all those kids burnt out, and then another one also set alight, but the teacher managed to save him. One was in Thailand where the kids died, and in the USA they were saved. But it's those lithium batteries. It's not meeting the safety checks. So anyway, that's a serious concern, but everyone is just wanting to be the chosen one, and they're just telling people what they need and how they must be and how they mustn't be. So all those imposters are being made fools of. Anyone that doesn't show their face obviously is just a tool in someone else's little game, so they're getting a little salary to be a fool. But that is their free will, right? Then I just read now because I'm very surprised that there's such a little news on HARP and Hadron Colliders and things like that. You know, it affects the whole population, but that information is only in the hands of those guilty of genocide. They have been manipulating the weather, but what they have done is, because of their insatiable need for power, they erected all those things under their noses, and now they are subjected to the consequences of that manipulation. There's no escape for them. Wherever they go, these people that invested in these weapons of mass destruction to firstly control the population through sound, and secondly through electromagnetic forces, and to run underground prisons and slavery and trafficking and whatever it is that the wicked does. They are literally caught in their own traps. Now when they run for cover, there's nowhere to hide. There's no place to hide. The torturers are now the tortured. The imprisoners are now the imprisoned. And yeah, it's just like all by their own hand. But it's a great concern that these activities have been taking place, and yet you can't see who approved these HARP and Hadron Collider constructions in South Africa, for example. Who constructed it? Who's managing it? Who decides where they're gonna do what? Who are those people? And why is that information not public? Now, that's one of the things. Another thing I saw is that there are 30,000 Hadron Colliders distributed across the Earth. The one in Switzerland is the large one. They've been predicting this polar magnetic pole switch according to the internet, but we can believe nothing of what we hear and half of what we see. So now the illegal occupiers of Palestine are still there, and 7 days after the due date, and therefore their destruction is inevitable. And that was their free will. What else is there? What AI students, learners, convents. Oh, I've been watching a lot of videos on cathedrals and things, and it's very satanic. If you just look now at the same old things that you've always looked at, you will begin to see it more clearly, because the blind can now see. All the spells, rituals, altars, witchcraft, and all of those type of things no longer work. That is why you can see the truth now. So we need the complete and utter destruction of the satanic organizations and infrastructure on this planet. It is beyond divine comprehension, so that belongs in hell, and that is where it is at. It's a little weird to see when the wicked is caught out, how they pretend to be nonchalant, but they may pretend, but their fate is set. Now, when one religion tries to compete with another religion and try to say theirs is more holy than this one and this one is more, then they miss the whole point of what that religion was for. Now, if you look at how sacred people say these scriptures are, but you look at the actions based on the interpretation of those sacred scripts, do you see the love, or do you see destruction, oppression, inequality, violence, and all of those things? That's how we can discern the spirits. Right? What else is there? These people, I'm telling you, they were destroying themselves because they were being smart without being clever. Where there's no integrity, the end is inevitable. What else is all of this? Oh yes, every royal member ever always needed the approval of the Pope. I'm gonna say it again. Don't wear anything with rubies, emeralds, and whatever you call sapphires and all that stuff. Stick to diamonds and pearls. What else is there? Yeah, okay, wisdom, bowls. Alright, more drawings. What else did I see? Oh yes, I think I mentioned that in these organizations, the truth is there, but the lie is existing simultaneously. So Use your own discernment. And you know, people have just been ruthless, but I must say, all the ancestors, all those killed in the name of Satan through the churches and whatever, the divine justice is here now. So, then also, the museums of these colonizers claim that none of the goods are returnable to the homelands. Firstly, there was the doctrine of discovery is fraud. Okay? Return the people's goods. And if you think you have a choice, then you are paying the highest price there is to pay. So what? The only artifacts they may keep is that Egyptian dog face, cat face, and all that other faces. They can keep those satanic goods. Okay? Because polytheism doesn't vibe in the 11th dimension. There's only one creator, and we are its creations. And we don't worship each other. Even if the divine, even if I'm a host to the divine, doesn't make me the divine. It makes me the host of the divine. So, here where they have this multiple gods that they worship and pray and all that stuff, it's okay to remember somebody that did good for an individual community, country, or continent of the planet. But it's not okay to worship them. There's a big difference. Okay, by now most people know what the wicked are. They lie, kill, steal, destroy. They believe they're superior and this and that. Then with this Illuminati using the owl symbol, you will actually see that in these symbols of these, there are other symbols like first quarter moon, and so that's probably when they do what they do, rituals and things. That they speak a one world order, but there's actually a duality with them, because there's the world for the elites and then there's the divines that they made slaves of to serve them, and that has now been flipped. So their foundation has crumbled already, because it is true. The Most High said to me, they won't change. So I see that is true. They'll hang on to that, and it's getting them where it is fated to get them. Alright? And all the slavery and human trafficking and all this stuff, this is all coming to light. And it's all going to be addressed and rectified and whatever. But no one is getting access to divinity who had indulged in wickedness. Your fate is sealed. So, what else is there now? These fearmongers and things like that, well done, you chose it. So that's your own, you live with it. Alright, what was this now? Oh, then, yeah. Plum Island, biowarfare, all of this and that, and then what else did I come across here? Global priorities, nuclear activity, slavery, arms dealing, mining, colonization, piracy, AI regulation, and crypto regulation. These are global issues. This is not up to the elite to decide what happens to the people, right? The elite came and went. Their systems and structures collapsed, because only the truth stands the test of time. All slave masters are now slaves, all torturers are now tortured, all colors show, all masks now fall, all the haughty and prideful are now humbled. Because no amount of money, gems, positions, titles, status, all that stuff that the wicked found some joy and security in is worth anything uh, at this level. And the Satan that they worshipped and that they allowed others to possess, which I see in the Fabergé ads and all of this and that and this and that and that, and a lot of other things. Even in the churches or the cathedrals or whatever you call them, you can see the satanic worship. To find the truth among so many images, it's hidden so deeply, and the lie is displayed in gold. So what else are the divisions, 6-star generals, things that are important for the new earth that people need to work out fair and just policies regarding things that divide us: age, gender, religion, nationality, race. So we need good governance and we need relevance and applicability. Because as long as one person is going to think they're superior to another, they're not going to be able to exist here. It's just a natural consequence. Then what? Education, physics, metaphysics, basic education, best practices, and the best of the ancient with the AI. Colonization issues need to be redressed justly, fairly, and etc. Countries have rights to defend and protect its people. Disputes must be handled in-house, but if it can't, there must be a global council. There's no shooting from the hip and going off on a tangent. The society needs to mature. I've seen some countries demonstrate maturity. They're giving the warnings because that is what a mature nation does. They're not impulsive. They say, I'm warning you. They'll say, I'm warning you. And when they're done warning, then they act. That is a sign of maturity. They're not underhanded, sneak attacks and this and that, kill civilians and damage hospitals, and then when the shoe's on the other foot, then they're the victims. When the perpetrator becomes the victim, then you know they're lost. Because when you defy the law of the cosmos, you made a choice. I've been thinking about children that's born in the prisons. And I'm not talking about like the prisons on earth, I'm talking about the underground prisons. It's not right that they never saw the light of day in all their lives. It's wrong. We're going to find them and they're coming up. And we're going to reorientate them. And yes, we're going to have problems and challenges and stuff, but because we are an intelligent society, we actually know how to deal with things. It's just when the wicked is meddling and interfering because their agenda is always self-serving. So now, what ground are they standing on? Because their foundations already collapsed. Like I said, they can keep that jewelry, that money that they stole, all that, because it's worthless to them. Completely and utterly worthless. So what else here? Germany's backing Ukraine. This is lovely physicist Sabine Hessenfelder. She's just amazing. I love her expression. Then I looked at some history about Lebanon and the Egyptians, and of course, Satanism spread its venom all across the planet and have done its utmost to destroy cultures and to integrate itself into global cultures. But one thing about the truth, it always stands the test of time. So Egypt may have taken a lot of glory of other countries like Lebanon, but in fact they just very much part of the doctrine of discovery and the special treaty of this and that and this and that for aims that is just what can I say, demonic, right? So another thing is Eritrea is sovereign over that region, not Egypt. The true sovereign rulers of northern Africa is the Eritrean. And they have been oppressed and suppressed and probably by the EU and the UK and the this guy and the that you and the this you and the that you. Is what it is. Right, so then what else? Yeah, so the society is quite weird, but let me say that many people will want to cause doubt in your mind. They will want you to doubt and focus on fear. But you keep your mind and your heart and your soul on your Creator, because your Creator will direct your steps. And when you're afraid and when you feel weak, then you ask our Creator for His strength and courage to get you through, for clear divine guidance to get you through whatever challenges you're facing. You are not being persecuted, only the wicked. And they carry the karma for all their forefathers in this generation. That just happens to be divine judgment. I'm also discovering what it is. But the divine is consistent. And then I've been looking at a lot of Hindu gods and goddesses and things like that. And I never even knew they existed, but I used to have dreams of these things. And I wake up and I'm like, what is that? That's why we always get understanding in divine timing. That's why everything in the dark is now in the light. There's no such thing as we cannot explore. If they tell you no, they're hiding something, or they probably looted that temple or cave already. Because that's the way of the wicked. They take other people's things and they say it's theirs. I mean, really now. And if they can't get their way, then they do this to their children and that to their parents. And so, basically, good riddance. Right, what is here? Yeah, so now we can see wherever they put the Hadron Colliders, the 30,000 Hadron Colliders. There are floods, there's fires, there's hurricanes, there's all these things. It said, the wicked, evil now destroys itself. Unfortunately, the innocent is caught up in the snares of the wicked. But I have been saying, go to higher ground, find safety, Just remember that what is now devastating, later you will be grateful for. Blessings in disguise. Because these structures, these demonic structures intended to wipe out, I would say, 90% of the human population is now destroyed. All those investments and things in ruins now. So, and they're never going to find their feet again. They're not even, they say there's 2 years left now, the usefulness of the Hadron Collider in Switzerland, right? And that they want to start the erection of the high luminosity large Hadron Collider in 2 years' time. Now we're going to allow that. Who on this planet is going to build it, design it, build it, and all that, other than the wicked? It's not going to work. And the physicist Sabina Hassenfelder, she pointed out that she mentioned to the panel of UK physicists and investors, there's no need for further particle exploration, but they want a better one, because they give it a scientific term, but it's got nothing to do with science, it's got to do with world domination. Now, we're not few tiny human beings, because as we all microscopic go up against the creator of the universe. I mean, what level of arrogance is that? But those are the ways of the wicked. And because of those ways, the fate is set. There's no forgiveness, there's no mercy, there's no going back. Because when you choose demonic forces to possess human beings of it, you can control those kingdoms through those monarchies. Even your Lord, whatever you call your demonic entities, abandoned you. That is why your witchcraft no longer works. Okay, the Creator destroyed it, but even you can call to that Lord now, whatever, Satan, devil, whatever. He abandoned you. I know. Alright? What else is there? Oh, that goddess I dreamed about, Meenakshi, which is so in line with what transpired here, the evolution of the older things. Then I'm seeing that there were some floods in Spain, in France, in Austria, Poland, all these places, the UK, you know, very skeptical. And the reason these things are happening, because when the ascension happened and the poles flipped, now who could calculate that? You must remember one thing about the Creator. Before I even began, He told me years ago, the victory is mine. By the time He tells me anything, then it's already done. So we can't anticipate Him. His wisdom is beyond us. But I just cannot let it go. I need to know who constructed HARP here in South Africa. Who funded it? Who constructed it? Who is managing it? Who activated snowfalls and hailstorms in KZN and Gauteng? And why is there no news about the cause of these things? like, who are these people? Whoever issued that instruction is guilty of a criminal offense. I just wonder if all the news I'm seeing is true. Now, I like to follow YouTube. I watch various things from we say from the something from the Esel na die Os like that. I have a wide range of things I look at, from the very serious to the very funny. But what I do see is a lot of opportunists and imposters. And then I also find a few genuine people in between. So have discernment. Those that speaking negativity and always promoting the iniquities of your enemies, they are your enemies, because they're trying to instill fear. Now, one thing about those that were saved, fear not. Everyone is trying to discredit Christ now and say he was an alien and say he never existed and that's about him and that and that and that and that. Now, all I can say, based on my experience and the revelations that I received, is that I'm here because Christ called me to speak. And I've been thinking about a lot about all the things that transpired over time with me, and the visions and the dreams and all those things, and I can see that Christ gave his life for you then, and he's fighting for you now through me, and he's not giving up on you, because there's something there. Because when I stand with him, it's the Father, it's him, it's me, which tells me that he opened the door to the Father. That's why ordinary people like us can speak to our Creator now, because of something there. I told you I'm not religious. I'm divine. We all are divine. So just because we're all made in the image and likeness of our Creator doesn't make us the Creator. It just gives us the nature and attributes of our Creator. What we think and speak and feel, we create. So it's sacred. So we need to focus on our divinity, and basically I was told a few weeks ago that I'm here to teach you about your divinity. And I wondered, how is that possible? Because I don't exactly fit into anyone's mold and all of that. And yet that very way of mine gave me access to this experience. So, intelligence is divine, morality is divine, humility is divine, gentleness is divine, sensibility is divine, peacefulness is divine. It's those simple things. Some people wear certain clothes to appear pious, but that's not pious, it's integrity. When you're speaking with your Creator, it has to be you 100%. That is divine. So practice your divinity. Our Creator isn't here to criticize and condemn us. Our Creator is here to guide us gently. No? So we all made mistakes in the past. If our Creator forgave us, why are we still judging ourselves for that? Okay, so that is some downloads in a nutshell. It's important to share your life with your Creator. The little things and the big things at all times. That doesn't mean you can't be yourself and now suddenly, I don't know, life must be all some way some other person told you it had to be. Follow your soul. Follow your heart. Because we all just know what is right when we are aligned with our Creator, the Most High, the Creator of heaven and earth and all that is in between. Spirit is joyous. And you don't have to fight for your divinity, and you don't have to fight for your salvation because it was just given. It's the wicked that cannot handle the fact that they lost out. So keep walking in faith. And don't put your trust in man. Only put it in your Creator.